Hello, my name is Justin Woodward. I want to say it was right around February 26th. I was doing some research. Been getting back into Grant Cardone at that time, still into him. Like, I haven't not gotten into him, right? But his material is phenomenal. And then something hit me and said, I wonder if he's a Scientologist, because he said, I know that there's a science to this. If you listen to his, what book is it? Having a communication lag, right? In one of his books, he said that I know that it's insane for a guy to do his worst month after 144 months, right? Like, the way he said it in the book, didn't really understand it at the time, but it made sense to where it doesn't make sense that it's been 144 months since you started doing this kind of task, and you're worse 144 months later than you were the first month that you started. There's a science to things, and if you're not improving, then you're doing something wrong. Like, there is a way that you can do it. So I said, man, what is it? He says, he's a Scientologist. Science, right? Like, it just came in. I said, all right, cool, so let me look this up. Watched a video on him. The way that I got into Scientology and Dianetics and Self-Analysis and all of this stuff, because maybe I'm not a Scientologist yet, right? Check. I don't know, let's go ask Alice. But I said, well, let me entertain this. So instead of asking anybody else questions, I looked up Dianetics. He said something about Dianetics. So I watched the video. I said, is he a Scientologist? I watched the video called Vlad, the way that Grant handled this individual. I've seen that kind of handling before, and I said, all right, cool. I need that. He said, yeah, I'm straight up. I read Dianetics when I was 25. It changed my life. I said, that's really interesting. I have a friend who was at L. Ron Hubbard's facility in the Ozarks. I'm not sure exact, Narconon, maybe. I didn't go do that, so it's not my experience, so I'm not really familiar with it. So he went there, and I was like, wow, that's really crazy, because I was just thinking about one of the most tremendous moments that I've had in my life, and it was getting a letter from him, and he's like, dude, you're the realest motherfucker I've ever met, some other shit, right? And I'm like, damn, because when I got that letter, I was doing up and down wave, right? Like, I don't know what that up and down wave is anymore, because it's a non-existence, nonetheless, right? So at that time, I was doing the up and down, and when I got that letter, I was, heading towards the down, and then I got that letter, and I was like, because I just started moving, getting shit done. At that time, in my prison experience, I got a lot of things done in a very short amount of time without stopping, because I get a bunch of stuff done. They're called the manic episodes, right? You're killing it, you're conquering it, and then you just stop, okay? And then, so back to the Grant thing, that's just a backstory. Back to the Grant thing, when I saw that video on Vlad, or Vlad was doing the interview, right? I said, boom, I gotta get it. Dianetics. I did all the research and the reviews, right? All the reviews were talking from people who quit. Like, they didn't even finish the book. They didn't even apply none of the stuff. They didn't do any of the things. Well, I know a lot about reality before the information, the technology that I got now. And in my own observation, right, I can look at something and tell if an individual knows how to do a thing. I can ask questions, and based on the answers, I'll know if they know what I'm talking about. Right? I do it all the time. And people always expose themselves because, well, if you know a thing, you start doing things. Right? And then when people ask you questions, you got the answers to those things. So yeah, that's how I found out about it. I got on there. I made the purchase, right? I waited to a certain day because I had this money coming in, and I said, bam, I'm getting that book. Because I spend my money all the time on things that get me to the next game, to the next level of the game, right? And, well, Grant Cardone's Grant Cardone. If that's what works for him, I got a lot of affinity with him, similarity in his reality. We got a lot of the same backstory, or not same backstory. Obviously, we got different situations, different time zones, different frames, whatever. but there's something correlating there. And I'm like, cool. I resonate with that, right? So I'm going to do it. Went on there, bought it, and then I started asking the question. So when should I expect my package? I did rush delivery. I was boom, boom, boom. Whatever the cost, I just wanted the information, right? And I got it. Well, I got on the phone with this girl named Carmen, I believe her name was. She said, can I call you? And I said, yeah, cool. Usually I wouldn't have done that, right? I mean, I always talked to a bunch of people before I got this information technology, but now it's like a whole nother game. I said, yeah, let's get on the phone. Then she sent me a link. I ended up saving $65 because I got the extension course, all this other stuff that I needed, right? Like I wouldn't be in the position I'm in now or where I'm going or even making this video this thing had not transpired, right? So I got the other link, canceled that other one, got the extension course, the Dianetics, the package, right? I got the DVD, how to, did a little auditing. And yeah, Dianetics has changed my life. Later on, it's only been a little bit. It's April now. My affluence and all of that. I'm in a level of affluence right now, right? Once you start getting into it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's hard for me to explain it without using the words that I know to use for the proper terms. And this is nothing new. I use terms that people should know already, you know. Everybody's got a dictionary. So if there's anything that you don't know, look it up like I did. Like that's how I started learning. That's why I learned things. And so I did Dianetics. I'm doing self-analysis. I'm about to kill that this weekend. I'm already reading a couple other books, right? Like I've been skimming through this one. This one's fantastic. It's called Dianetics 55. This one right here, it's called Ethics. It's pretty wild. And when I say wild, man, like there is a way to do things without guessing and wondering, and then you just start doing them. Yeah, so I highly recommend getting Dianetics, getting you on self-analysis, doing the extension course first and foremost, because you get where you want to get. Now, I will tell you straight up, I really did look into TRs. Well, actually, how it came about, right? I was listening to so back to it. Let me recall this properly, because I got that technology now. I was doing my yoga, listening to Grant Cardone's Closer Survival Guide. He said TRs changed my life. Now, if I look at the materials guard, right, this is what I actually got into Dianetics for.